What's up you guys, I'm Dan, this is Frugal Not Cheap, and today I'll give you my review of the movie Dumb Money. As you can imagine, I'm a big fan of finance-related movies like The Big Short, The Wolf of Wall Street, Boiler Room, and Margin Call. And I was keen to check out Dumb Money as I knew it was about the GameStop craziness that we saw during the pandemic. I followed developments fairly closely around that time. I even made a video about it. If you've watched many of my videos, you know that I try not to provide too much of a reductive view on things and rather provide a more nuanced picture where you can kind of make up your own mind given all the facts. So that's what I do in my video, and it's very different from the approach that Hollywood took in this movie Dumb Money. It's a pretty straightforward version of events that plays it as kind of a David versus Goliath, or sort of the everyday people against the out-of-touch super rich hedge fund guys, that kind of a story. And it tells this story with a really great cast. Paul Dano, who played the very punchable Eli in the movie There Will Be Blood. He also played Hank in Swiss Army Man, which was a delightfully strange movie. And the Riddler in Batman more recently. He plays the protagonist of the movie, Keith Gill, aka Roaring Kitty, aka Deep Effing Value. And he plays them very well. And I think those names right there, and just kind of the whole meme nature of the film, gives you a little bit of a sense of sort of the feel of the movie. Anyway, with Paul Dano, we get the sense of a middle-class guy. He's got a job as a financial analyst at MassMutual. He likes to run on the track. He's a dependable family guy, really juxtaposed against his kind of, ne'er-do-well brother, played by Pete Davidson. And he does a pretty good job, actually. I don't love Pete Davidson necessarily, but he was really a good fit for this role. And so our protagonist, Keith Gill, also is a man of strong convictions that's done a ton of research and has put really, his whole family's savings, $50,000, into GameStop stock. The opening moments of the movie, in a very funny way, and very quickly kind of set the stage. They juxtapose sort of the everyday people and the net worth that they have against the lives, very different lives, of these crazy rich hedge fund guys. And they do this on a day where GameStop stock is rallying particularly sharply, and Gabe Plotkin of Melvin Capital, played by Seth Rogen, is freaking out about it because he has a short position on. Nick Offerman, who is Ron from Parks and Rec, one of my favorite characters of all time, plays Ken Griffin of Citadel. And he does a great job of making him seem sort of like a, sort of autistic, not really socially engaged kind of character. I don't know how to describe it. Really well done. And Vincent D'Onofrio plays Stevie Cohen of the hedge fund Point72, and this is by far for me just the most hilarious depiction of any of sort of these well-known characters in the finance sphere. Stevie's got this giant pig that's hanging around his house, and I don't know, just the mannerisms and the way that he talks. Vincent just absolutely nailed it with his character. It is hilarious. Stevie Cohen, if you don't know, before Point72, which is his current hedge fund, was the guy behind SAC Capital Advisors. Those are his initials, Stevie A. Cohen, SAC. That fund was shut down some years back in a $600 million settlement with the SEC following charges of insider trading. The SEC wasn't actually made to admit or deny any kind of wrongdoing in the settlement. But there was kind of this waiting period where Stevie wouldn't be able to start up a new fund. So he waited that out and then started Point72. Oops, there I go again, making the story more complicated. Anyway, so the basic plot, our hero, Keith Gill, goes on Reddit, on the subreddit Wall Street Bets, which is just full of hilarious memes and, little sayings and stuff. Just all of it is just really funny and very interesting. Definitely worth checking out if you have never looked at it before. And the whole movie is kind of infused with sort of those memes and little clips from Reddit and from different social medias. They do a great job of kind of weaving sort of the cultural zeitgeist, or just, whatever. You know what I'm saying, at the time. Anyway, so Keith Gill gets on there and he puts forward his bull thesis for GameStop, and he provides periodic updates and is really transparent about his portfolio. And over time, as you can remember, all of a sudden everybody was talking about GameStop stock on social media. Like, it became a phenomenon. And we get to see sort of everyday people get sort of brought into this by catching on and watching Keith Gill, who becomes sort of the sort of a symbol for the everyday person in this kind of juxtaposition of regular people against, you know, the hedge fund guys. So America Ferrera plays a great character, this nurse who gets into the stock. Anthony Ramos plays a GameStop employee, pretty funny character actually, who also ends up buying some stock and following Keith Gill. And then we watch the short squeeze happen, and these people make a lot of money. And the rich guy, Gabe Plotkin, again played by Seth Rogen quite well, he freaks out, but then he ends up getting bailed out by his rich friends at Citadel and Point 72 with an infusion of capital. The movie takes us all the way to some congressional hearings, which involved Gabe Plotkin, but also Keith Gill and his testimony. And it ends on quite a positive note. The movie is pretty careful about not getting bogged down in sort of the details of the trading. Someone brings up options, but they don't really go into how they work or anything like that. Their point is just to let you know that things are going on and then let you know when people are making money or losing money. Before I forget, Sebastian Stan did a great job playing Vlad Tenev of Robin Hood. That was a really memorable character, and I thought they did a great job of kind of highlighting the issue of payment for order flow and their relationship with Citadel. Overall, I'd say that this is a really fun movie with mainstream appeal. It is very raunchy though. There's kind of that sort of raunchy hip-hop finance bro kind of thing going on there. So, you know, don't bring the kids, and if you're easily offended by strong language, then this isn't the movie for you. But otherwise, it's a heck of a lot of fun. The movie has an 85% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes. If it sounds like your type of thing, you know, why not check it out? And if you have seen it, please let us know what you thought in the comments below. Me, I'd give it 2 thumbs up and say that 85% audience score is well deserved. Hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please hit the like button and consider subscribing. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.